Greetings, everybody. Welcome to episode 2, the hardest part is getting started podcast of Britt and Ang. You will find us now on Rumble, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. We are on all three. Woo! And please like and follow for more information and upcoming episodes. We appreciate all the support that we get, and it's just going to make us and our community grow even more and help everyone else, and maybe even help find someone along the way that needs the assistance, just to get themselves where they need to be in life. So let's just keep that going and that momentum rippling on through. Angeline, would you like to take over?
All right. Hi, guys. We're super excited to be here for episode 2. And today we want to talk to you about discipline and how it can be a game changer for you. Discipline is something for me that changed the game. When I have like a little saying up in my gym wall, and it says, discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. And I really think that rings true, because how many times in your day-to-day, are you like, I don't really feel like doing it? And that little voice in the back of your mind is saying, if you just get it done, then it's done and you can move on, right? Or like on the flip side, how many times do you procrastinate something and then you get it done and you're like, okay, that really wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So when you apply discipline to, let's just say, exercise, because I think for me, exercise and fitness really translates to other parts of my life. I think, for anybody who is in fitness, I think it's kind of hard for it not to, right? So I think for me, I've kids, we all have excuses, right? We all have responsibilities that we have on a day-to-day. And it's super easy to throw all of that ahead of like ourselves and our fitness and whatever it is that we want to work on. And discipline is really just it's discipline. You can say self-discipline, where you're like, no, like this is going to be done. All that other stuff can wait. And, I'm going to get to that later. So you're really just pushing yourself like past that comfort zone. And you're really just saying like, okay, this is important to me. I'm going to get it done. The dishes will be there. The laundry will be there. But say you set aside, an hour for yourself every day. And instead of like hemming and hawing about going and getting that workout done, you get dressed, you show up, you get it done. And it just becomes like, instead of feeling motivated, right, you're feeling disciplined. So, how many times do you start a challenge? Like for me, I would start challenges and then I'm super excited. It's something new, or, I bought a new workout top and I'm going to wear it. And then it's like a few weeks in, everything, all the excitement fades, right? So then you're left with like, what am I going to do? Do I want to keep going with this? Do I really want to? And then discipline just kind of flips the script for you. And it's just like, no, I'm going to get this done. Even if I'm feeling unmotivated, right? You're just going to go and you're going to get it done. And it kind of just builds on itself. So I think when you're able to get to that place where you just say to yourself, you kind of just cut the excuses, right? You just like, nope, not going to do these excuses anymore. I'm going to go, I'm going to get it done. And you just slowly build, and that discipline just comes with time. I don't think that it's something that comes right away. You start to see the results. If you're a runner, if you're a weightlifter, you're running faster, you're lifting heavier. If weight loss is a goal, your clothes are fitting a little bit looser. And so those are motivators that kind of just slowly turn those habits into discipline, right? Where it's just like your clothes are set out in the morning, you have your alarm set for 6, you're getting up, you're getting it done, no excuses. So to me, that really, when I was able to flip from feeling unmotivated, just being like, cut the excuses, go and get it done, it just turns into that discipline. So, Britt, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yeah, no, it sounds great. And I can totally relate with the procrastination part. Like, I'm sure we all have safe exercises that we just do not love or like. And when we see them on our prescribed day, it's kind of like, well, I'm going to go and dust and I'm going to go do a bunch of other stuff that I don't want to do really, but I'd rather do that than box step ups, or I'd rather do that than Bulgarian split squats or something like that. Those are my things. I love leg day, but those are my two things that if I see them, I'm like, I'll do double lunges if I don't have to do this. Like, come on. But yeah, I write my own program, so I do it to myself. But anyways, so like discipline for me, I look at it, I don't want to say two different ways, but how I look at it is a form of almost boundaries. And part of it is, yes, if I don't do it, it's not going to get done. So that's just putting more on my plate, more to build up and more to burn myself out. So just do it and quit the whining, basically. Another thing is too, realizing that you have to do it. And when these other things come into your circle or your energy, whichever, being like, no, I need to do this for myself because my cup is only got so much in it and I got to keep those levels there. So like that's how I mean by I see it in two different ways. How I found it for myself, I have a little bit of a different situation than some. Like I don't have children as such. I'm pretty much me. I have a zoo of animals, but for the like, I don't have humans to be taken care of. We'll say. So yeah, like if I don't do these things, then it just builds up on my plate, and I need to be able to keep my energy at a certain point so I can be great for both my clients, for myself, for my animals, and for those people that mean something to me, that do give me that exchange of energy, that are in my circle, that help fill my cup, but also to make me the person that I am in a sense, right?
I love that.
Oh, it's just it did take, like you said too, like over time of habits and stuff. It took me a long time to see that, but realizing that there's a constant pattern and you're constantly going through that loop and it just wasn't changing. It's like, okay, where does that change gotta go? Like, where is that link that's rusty or broken that needs to be removed? And once you found that or find that, it's just like, oh, okay, like only if I knew that a year ago, or okay, it's still not a year, but yeah. So
well, I think it's a form of self-love too, like you said.
Absolutely, yeah. Like because if you're running half full, half empty, however you want to look at it, you're not there for yourself. You're just pleasing everybody else. And we are so raised to be people pleasers and just to be burnt out and be the hustle and do. And it's just like, we gotta once in a while stop and smell the roses and enjoy life a little bit too.
Right.
So like being that discipline for yourself and showing yourself that love, that okay, yes, I gotta do my workout today. I gotta do laundry. I gotta walk the dogs. I gotta take my kid to soccer. I got all this stuff to do. I got the same 24 hours that everyone else on the planet has today. How am I going to make that work for me? And sometimes it's not going to flow perfectly, like, because you'll get stuck in traffic. Your dog will end up running away or something, like not negative. Like, I don't want to put negative stuff out there, but like your dog's just not going to cooperate with you and ends up taking a longer walk than you want, or things happen, or you get caught dancing way more on rest times than you're supposed to, or like whatever. But me too. Yeah, if a banger comes on, I'm definitely dancing through that stuff. But so like that's what it means to me, and how I found it. And it does really come down to like, in my situation, if I don't do these things, it's going to cause me stress and pain later, and not saying physical pain, but emotional, mental pain. And that is just as taxing on the body, the nervous system, everything else. So it's just, it's not worth it. Yeah.
I think too, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, there's a personality online. I forget what his name is at this moment. I think it's Papa Swolio or something to that extent. But his whole tagline is, and I'm going to swear through here, so sorry people if you don't like that, but it's just go to the fucking gym. And it's like, you'd be like, woo, 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 like, excuse. go to the fucking gym. And it's just like, you know what? There's some people out there that just need that. And like when I see those videos pop up in like the reels or whichever, it kind of just makes me laugh. And it's like, well, I'm kind of down in my gym right now watching this, but like, I'm on break. I'm resting.
Well, for you, like you say, I think we all find our sources of inspiration. And for me, as we were chatting about David Goggins and discipline, I think came to me. One of the chapters in his book is called A Disciple of Discipline. And I was like, oh, okay. So it doesn't always just have to be that motivation that we said, can fade. It's really just finding that it was like that missing piece where you're just like, I'm going to go and do it. I'm probably going to be tired, and that's fine. Do it anyways. You've seen the quotes. It's do it tired, do it hungry, do it sore, whatever. We can all say a million excuses that we have every day, but it's just finding that like that drive inside you that you're just going to keep going. You're not going to quit no matter what comes at you.
And you're showing up for yourself. And how often do we say or do that for ourselves?
Right.
Like if we're tired, our first instincts, I'm going to go lie on the couch. And it's like, okay, yes, physical exhaustion, understood. But how much of that are you just going to be stewing on your problems? Not saying that that's a bad thing, because sometimes we do need to stew on our problems to find the answers to help release ourselves from those problems. But you could be using that energy to put endorphins and getting those levels and everything, actually improving yourself,
right,
in other aspects, like both physically, mentally, and emotionally, even, because you're just like, well, I did it.
Yes. Well, and then so at the end of a workout too, you have a little bit more of that mental clarity.
You
have those endorphins. You can take whatever is bothering you, like you said. If there's something that's really hit you and you're just like, I'd rather lay on the couch, just think about how much better you're going to feel when you get done. And then taking that improved mindset to being able to look at your problems from a different angle.
Exactly. That just that tiny little break sometimes is all, and it's not like, and it's a different break. I do understand that. And I do see that and appreciate that. But even just going for a walk and just focusing on that walk, and like, sure, stuff might pop in and it's like, okay, it's popping in, that's fine. And like, either you let it go or you just let it keep brewing there. And then eventually you're going to see something that's going to not say distract you, but it's going to naturally, organically take you out of that thought process for the better. So it's just, like showing up for yourself for like in self-care and love, but also too, your own personal strength and power. That it's such a beauty in a sense to things. And I really do. I like talking about it in reels. I haven't done it lately on my Instagram, but I like bringing that home. Like, get out there, get out in nature, show up for yourself, have a plan, like X, Y, and Z, just because it does cause such amazing ripple. And we all know if you throw a rock in a pond, the ripples just go out, right? So we improve our life, like in this aspect. I mean, it just branches out into our home, into those around us, and it just keeps going. And it's you're the limit of how far that is going to go.
So that's like a really important point.
And like what I find a lot with my clients is and I should say a lot with my clients. It sounds so bad. Sorry, guys. Ones that are just starting out, we'll say, they're so engulfed with their cell phone, and like cell phones are a great tool, and at the same time you can get lost in that tool, and we'll talk about that in future episodes and such as well. But there's been so many times where they sleep through the alarm, or it's always the cell phone's fault for as to why they didn't show up for themselves. And I think one of the first things I ask clients, as soon as I hear that excuse once, or sometimes I give them two chances, just because I actually do believe that it was a complete fluke because of how dedicated and like how committed they sounded. But I asked them to go and just buy one of those $15 battery operated alarm clocks, put it at the other end of their bedroom. So that way they have to physically get up out of bed to turn that alarm clock off.
Yeah.
Because having it under your pillow or at your nightstand and you can just hit the screen a bunch of times with your eyes closed until it goes on snooze,
right?
doesn't work. And it's not doing you any good because like you said, you have to create habits to give yourself that discipline. Well, doing the whole hand smacking on the top of the screen is not a great habit in any way, shape, or form. Like, it's how I feel. Like, oh, that alarm clock's going, blankets, feet on the floor, you get out of bed and get going. Like, that's just part of it. And then that way, however you step on forward from that is all on you. So it's just that's just one thing. And even like social times, I'm sure you get a lot too when there's alcohol involved or lots of food, like weddings and things like that. I'm sure you have lots of clients that have a hard time staying disciplined for those things. And it's not necessarily just motivation, but it's just you don't need that. It's not going to better you mentally, physically, like emotionally, any of those aspects, but you're still going for it. So let's find out why you're going for it. Kind of thing. Are you just doing it because these other people here are and you feel like you need to do it to fit in? Or is it that you're really craving it and you've been good for so long and you're just as like a treat myself kind of moment? Like, trying to figure that out, your little patterns here and there, and creating, like you said, those new habits and self-love and care kind of thing.
Yeah. So I think too, like self-discipline and discipline, I just was thinking about this earlier, it doesn't have to be in the absence of like giving yourself grace. It doesn't mean like, I feel really terrible today and could I get my workout in and is it going to help me? And not, so like, say your answer to that is like, I can't do it. I've run down. I've tried all the things, I've eaten my food. I've had my rest and I'm just not feeling it. It's okay to take that and give yourself a little bit of grace.
Yes.
The piece that comes in with discipline is that little bit of grace doesn't become a whole lot of grace. Where
exactly. Yeah.
You're like, okay, I'm going to take a rest day. Okay, well, rest day doesn't become rest week, rest month,
rest year.
Rest year. Where'd that year go?
Yeah.
It's getting yourself right back into it. And then I'm about to head on a trip with my family. So my discipline is I'm packing all my workout gear, my running shoes, some weights, but I'm also going to use a little bit of grace that if I don't get a workout in when I'm on vacation, enjoying it with my family, I'm not going to beat myself up about it because I know when I get home, I'm disciplined enough to get right back on schedule. And so I think that kind of just that piece of the puzzle too, you're not beating yourself up over, oh my God, I missed a workout, or, I ate a piece of pizza when I was at my friend's house. It's okay to do those things when you can see that it's not going to snowball down, where
exactly. Like, your why, and you also know what your outcome's going to be like after the fact of it happening. Yeah. Like I don't, like that whole, there's a meme I keep getting sent to me and it's like, I'm waiting for the effects of what this like 3 pieces of celery is going to bring for me. And it's just like, or like the whole, what is it? I only ate 3 out of the 4 tacos today. Like, it's like, okay. And you can't be mad if you look down and you don't have a 6-pack or killer arms or like, you know what I mean? Like something to that extent. It's just a lot of, I don't want to say it's for this topic, but it kind of does mesh into this topic, like the whole self-sabotaging. And then it ends up starting back at scratch almost again, right? Like,
yes, I feel like we could probably do a whole episode on
self-sabotage. Maybe we'll put that on the list.
Yeah, we'll throw that in there. Because no, for real though, I think it does, because self-discipline, like we said, kind of translates into that self-love and not getting to the why, right? Not getting to the bottom of why these things are happening can turn into that that self-sabotage spiral. And I am guilty of it. And I think working with clients, you can, like you said, you kind of help to find them, like find, why is this happening? You know, was it peer pressure, or was it, you know, bad habits kind of creeping back in, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like an emotional thing, like as in like I don't want to be getting too much into things, but for myself, when I was younger, I had a traumatic experience, and the first thing that they gave me to try to cheer me up was ice cream. So for myself, for the longest time of my life, if I was sad, everyone just instantly got me an ice cream cone or a bowl of ice cream. That was just,
Right.
so then I instantly, for the longest time, associated, if I'm sad, ice cream. Well, as an adult, knowing what I know now, learned this thing. I no longer, well, plus two, it goes against what I eat in general now, but because it's dairy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Non-dairy ice cream.
yeah. Oh, true. Yeah. Yeah, I learned that, okay, I don't need this when I'm sad or when I have this emotional issue. I do not need this food to comfort me because it's only food. I am here to eat to live, not live to eat, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Good point. Yeah.
So, yeah,
No,
but like
I
it
love
takes a lot of time, and then, like you said, like you got to show up for yourself, or yeah, it's
Yeah. So I think some of the things that I'll tell my clients to do is just like with habits that can turn into discipline is, okay, you know what time you're going to work out, you know. So I love what you said about getting your alarm clock and putting it on the other side of your room. Habit, and that's going to turn into the discipline of you getting out of bed every day, you know.
yeah,
And then having your workout. So it's like cut out as many excuses as you can. So having your workout clothes, they're set out. You
yeah,
know, they're set out the night before if you're going to work out in the morning, or if you work out after you go to work, your gym bag is packed.
yeah,
You know, you're cooking food for your family, you know, you're making dinner, or you cook food for yourself, or you, however you get your food, you're making sure there's extra. You know, I
yeah,
have extra for me. I eat chicken, you know, for Britt, she's got her extra meals.
yeah,
It's those habits that turn into discipline where it's like, it just becomes second nature and it doesn't feel like such a chore anymore. Like it's just a
no,
workout, like a workout's a part of my day. I mean, that's a given.
yep,
Um, it may not be exactly the time that it used to be. It took me a really long time of sticking to a workout at the same exact time to kind of train my brain. And then, you know, where now it's like, okay, if I don't get it done first thing in the morning, is it going to mess up my day a little bit? Yes, but I'm still going to get it in. And I think that I always just tell my clients, just pick a time. It's an important meeting that you have with yourself. Do it. Just do it. I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if your husband's like, you know, let's go grab something to eat, or your kids are like, oh, I need this, this, and this. Just be like, zone out for an hour, give yourself that time. And, you know, it really does start to become second nature. And I think once it is second nature, I think that's where you can start to let a little bit of that grace come into play, where it's, you know, okay, you can move some things around if they need to be moved around, because you're saying to yourself, it's going to be done. You're disciplined enough to know it's going to get done. You don't have to be quite as rigid. But I don't know if you find this with your clients. Sometimes you have to be a little bit rigid when you're setting up new habits. And you have to tell the people setting those boundaries with people around you, hey, listen, I have to get my 1 hour workout in at 9 o'clock in the morning because that's the only time I have in my day. Please just, you know, like give me that hour for myself. And then the rest of my time, you know, you can have.
yeah.
So I don't know if you find that same kind of thing.
Well, I kind of have everyone. Like at the beginning, I'm just like, if I don't respond back to you right away, it's because my energy is elsewhere, and it's not because I'm ignoring them. I did see that they messaged me, whatever the case may be, but it's
Yeah.
just I can't give you 100% right now. So I'm gonna give you 100% when I'm able to, and if
Yeah.
unless it's an emergency, then call me. But
Yeah.
other than that, like, yeah, that's where we're at in a sense. And I think they mostly have appreciated it for that aspect, because when they got my attention, they got me. Like it's the total
Yeah.
package. Like I can do it, I'll do a video if I need to do it with you or whatever, right? Like I'm
Right.
there for you.
Yep.
Because I'd rather be both feet in and then just have my toe in the water kind of thing.
Yeah. No, that's true. Well, it's kind of like my kids want my attention when I'm busy, but I'm like, if you just let me finish up with what I'm doing, I can give you, my full attention.
Exactly, exactly. So we roughly have like about 9 minutes left. Did you I can just go through my points and then
Yeah.
go into okay.
Sounds good.
Perfect. Just gonna got the little alert there. I was like, ah. So some of the things I like to talk to my clients about right when we first start is okay, like everyone usually wants something in a sense. Like they have a goal, that's why they contact you for that one-on-one or whichever. So it's like even discipline of other factors in your life, this will work as well. I'm just going to do it for the person that has a goal to say lose weight. So like step one would be, what is it that you want to change, or what is it that you want? It can be vague with that aspect. Like say I want a garage. Okay, cool. But we're going to do it on weight today. So that's step one. Then two is, what is your goal or desired outcome? I personally like using the word desired outcome just because goals can fluctuate and go up and down over time, where desired outcome is, this is what I want. My eyes are zoned in on this kind of thing. So let's say my goal is, I want to lose weight, but I want to lose 15 pounds. Then the visualization part to it would be the third step. And it's like, okay, what would your life be like if you lost that? And most importantly, what would you be like if you were 15 pounds lighter? So like, how will it affect your family? How would it affect your career? How will it affect just your overall health if you're 15 pounds lighter? And then the fourth one would be like, okay, what's your new habits and rituals that you're going to bring into your day and week, month, however the case may be, to get you on that track of being that 15 pounds lighter? Is it going to be like, say, for an example, shopping on only the outside aisles of a grocery store, which is all the foods that are not incredibly processed, we'll say, like there's still processed stuff in there, but it's not as much. Or drinking more water, bed by 9, you know what I mean? Like, or we're just doing your workout kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then like step 5 would be just go, do it, start. Don't wait for the right time. Like, oh, I'll wait for after Nathan's barbecue. No. Do it now. And then when Nathan's barbecue happens, you're going to follow your plan to get through Nathan's barbecue. And I don't know a Nathan, that's just the name that randomly popped into my head. So that way I can't be calling anybody out right now. And then step 6 would be measure your progress. Like, get your weight from when you started. Well, how is it at the end of the week? And then how is it the end of the week after that? Measurements, photos, how's your clothes feel? Just all these different ways of measuring your progress. Another thing it would be, say for step 7, is an accountability buddy. So that can be a trainer, coach, a friend. Like say for example, like you and I, we both have had several different goals over our time knowing each other these past 7 years, and they've changed. But you had that person that, like, if you didn't hear from me for a couple days, you checked in. If I didn't hear from you, we checked in. Simple as that. Step 8 would be a backup plan. So like, say for example, Nathan's barbecue, what are you going to do to stay on that plan? So are you going to bring all your own food instead of you going to his kegger at the end of the night? Are you going to bring a bunch of other options so you're not going to be completely wasted and hungover in the morning and able to keep doing your plan? What is your backup plan for when life throws different things at you? And then step 9 is, if you still need assistance, just talking to a coach or mentor, because we're out there. You can find us if you really want to. So like those are really the steps that I give out just to try to help folks be the most successful them and help them keep in track. Like, so if they're missing a piece, it's like, okay, did you follow your steps, and where was that missing link that maybe could have been perfected a little more? Like, we're all perfectly imperfect anyways, but what could we have done to just fine tune it so it actually works better for you? And
I love that. That's awesome. Well, we just want to thank you guys so much for being with us here today. We really appreciate all of your support, and make sure to give us a follow and a like so that way you will be notified when our new episodes go up. Our next week episode, we are going to be talking about mindset and why it's so important. So we hope to see you back for that one.
Absolutely. And just to finish this all off, we are the hardest part is getting started podcast. We are here to help all, like, we're here to help all. And we're also sending all our love.
Yes.
So, yeah, have a great day and we'll see you soon.
Bye.